Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. We are gathered here today in the west side of Salt Lake City because of COVID, there is a lot that we can all do to help in our communities here, especially on the west side, where we have some of the lowest vaccination rates in Salt Lake City, and we all need to do our part to help our friends and our neighbors, to get vaccinated, boosted, to wear their masks, in all as much as possible, especially in crowded places or inside buildings. We want to encourage all of you to do your part, to share the message. Send a text message to your friends and your family. Hey, have you gotten boosted? Please wear a mask if you have one, and if not, we might share with each other some masks. But please help the community. And I wanted to switch now to Spanish to speak to some of the people in our community they all need to be part of this effort. Muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí. Me gustaría hablarle a los vecinos, especialmente a los vecinos del lado oeste de la ciudad, para que todos hagan hagan su parte para parar el crecimiento del COVID acá en el Westside del Lago Salado. Y aparentemente no puedo hablar ningún idioma hoy. Me gustaría hablarles y decirles que se vacunen, que es importante que tengan todas las dosis de la vacuna para que el COVID pare, para que no crezca, para que no nos afecte a las familias del lado oeste. Vamos a intentar hacer más trabajo para compartir la información necesaria en cuanto al COVID. Ponte la mascarilla cuando puedas, en todos los lugares, en interior de los edificios especialmente, y cuando estás alrededor de gente. Y me gustaría que todos compartan entre sí un mensaje, que se manden mensajes de texto, que se llamen y que se pregunten si has tenido tu vacuna, si tienes tus vacunas. Porque entre nosotros y nuestras familias podemos hacer la diferencia. Entonces, vacúnate, ponte la mascarilla cuando puedas. So get vaccinated, put your mask on. Let's all work together to make sure that the West Side and Salt Lake City is a safe place for all of us. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Victoria Petro-Eschler. I am the recently elected and I guess inaugurated representative for District 1, the north side of the west side, which is the best side. I'm going to invite my dear friend and neighbor, Sia Satini, over here with me. I want to take a minute and speak directly to my community, to the Latino community. If you've read any articles lately, you know that it's a big deal that we have two Latinos representing the west side, and I'm really proud to have that as my heritage. And my friend Sia here represents a totally different heritage that we're happy to have represented on the west side.
Malo LA. My name is Licia Satini, and just wanted to address our Pacific Islander communities. As all of you know, we're usually number one or number two. And so I want to just have an ask. We all know that every single day or every other day we're talking about family members that have passed on. It's tiring, it's exhausting, and the way to take care of this is we're asking you to please vaccinate. Please get out there and get your booster shots. We've offered several resources on behalf of the Utah Pacific Islander Health Coalition, and we still can help out. Please, koikole ke mo'o alo hu ke malu ia tau family mo tau community. So, koikole ia ofalahi atu.
Thank you. So, my Latino friends and my Pacific Islander friends, on the west side, we're holding it down, but this time we're not holding it down in a good way. We're holding the rate down, and we're actually increasing transmission. This actually goes to the heart of who we are as cultures. I am the granddaughter of Manuela Zuniga, who came here from Panama, and for hours, I would sit in her kitchen and watch her make things to nurture the community, and hours, right? Just nurturing like our family, making food for us, right? And my cousin, the cool older cousin who like was a wrestler, would bring home all his friends. And you know what my grandma did? She sat there and made more food, because that's what we do. We take care of each other. Whoever shows up, however we need to. That's what this vaccine is. It is us caring for each other. It is us making sure we don't say goodbye to someone else prematurely. This is us doing something to take care of our neighbors. Wearing our mask is a sign of love for our neighbors. It is who we are as a people. It is congruent with our culture and our heritage. Now, I hate when I hear you all in my work in the nonprofit, I hate when I hear you all tell me, I can't afford the time off if I have a reaction to this vaccine, or whatever your objection is. And then we just say, but it makes you more likely to survive a pandemic. Look, it does. It's true. It is safe. I am a member of your community. I am your neighbor. I teach your kids music. I would not suggest anything that was even remotely unsafe. But you have to make it a priority. You have to do this. It is something that just makes our neighborhood safer and allows us to return to all those things that make us the best side. So any concerns that you have are easily addressed, or if not easily addressed, well addressed already. No one will ever ask you for your status if you're there. This is not a legal thing. This is strictly us being humans and neighbors to one another. Please take advantage of it. I've heard so many of you tell me that you can't afford the time off if you have the reaction and you couldn't afford time off of work. So I'd like to introduce Antonella Packard from the Suazo Business Center. Antonella has a special commission to our business community.
Hello, I am Antonella Packard from Suazo Business Center, and we work with many of the businesses, Latino-owned businesses, and of other communities of color here in the city. And we want to tell you that vaccination is, even though you think that the symptoms of having taken the vaccine will impede your business, actually might end up helping you, because what we are seeing now with our businesses is that people are sick and they already have a hard time filling positions in many of the businesses to work with. And if we're not vaccinated, that even makes it worse, because it takes out people who are already employed. So we ask the business community to be creative, to understand that it is important for us to be able to vaccinate ourselves. And we need to make sure that we're looking after our community, because it is an investment, not just in your community, but also an investment in your business. And we at Suazo Business Center are here to help with some creative ways about being able to handle time off and things like that for your employees. También quiero decir en español a nuestra comunidad de empresarios que juntos podemos ayudar a prevenir el contagio y que vacunarse es una inversión no solamente en nuestra comunidad, pero en nuestros negocios también. Gracias.
Thank you all so much. Anyone who has any questions is welcome to reach out to me directly, and I will help you find a vaccination site, whatever you need. But it is always free, and please, whatever objections you have, speak to someone. We will help you work around them. Oh, and sorry, Mayor.
All right. Thank you, Council Member Petro-Eschler. Thank you, Council Member Puy. Council Member Wharton, thank you for being here. I want to thank Representative Angela Romero for being here. I know you have to leave early. Thank you for making the time. Please feel free. Thank you, School Board Member and my friend Mohammed Bayed, who represents District 5. And thank you most of all to all of you community members. This is what this is about. This is not about the politics. This is not about the politicians with names on ballots. This is about taking care of our community. And we are seeing the biggest wave we've ever seen with this pandemic, the sheer volume of which is threatening to cripple our hospital system. And I'm seeing mayors across this country face the reality that I don't ever want to face in Salt Lake City, of an emergency declaration because there are not enough first responders to answer the calls at 911 and to respond. We do not want to go there. We don't want more deaths in our city. And people who are unvaccinated are 10 times more likely to be hospitalized than those who are vaccinated. I'm going to say that again. If you are unvaccinated and you get Omicron or any variant, you are 10 times more likely to be hospitalized than if you are fully vaccinated. thisisOurShot.org.com, either way, is a multilingual website where you can find out where you can get a no appointment necessary free vaccine or booster shot. 9 out of 10 cases of COVID-19 right now in Salt Lake County are people who are unvaccinated or whose vaccinations have expired and they haven't had a booster. Please take care of each other. This is about our community, and we see what is coming. We see the numbers and we see the way that it is rolled out over the past waves, and it's going to be an impact on the Westside community. We know it is because it has been all along. Please help us protect each other and protect the community. And I want to thank Dr. Dunn, who's not here today, on behalf of Salt Lake County for putting a 30-day mask order in place. Thank you for taking the politics out of it by doing the public health work of putting that mask order in place. So please, that's our plea to the community and to anyone in the state of Utah who hasn't been vaccinated, who needs to know that the hospital systems and the first responders can still function and answer their calls for help. That's what's on the line. Please take care of each other and go to thisisOurShot.com and figure out how to get vaccinated. Thank you for being here today. And as Council Member Petro-Eschler said, I think any of us who can stick around would be happy to do one-on-one interviews if you're interested. Thank you.